Hi all,
I'm Isaac and I'm American. Jalen Rose is our family friend.
I'm Mike and I'm an American. The JRLA scholars in Detroit are all friends of our family. This brief message is for us to try and do our part to help them out a little bit and to put an idea out there for other Americans to make their own videos.
I was born in Dallas. I attended Dallas public schools until I was 12. In our world, white people were kind of evil. Many of my friends were lured into dangerous street behavior. My mom wanted something better for me. She had me move to the suburbs so I could get a quality education. The education was important, but so was the opportunity to meet people who were different from me.
I was born in 1957 in Oscoda, Michigan, a small town. When I was in elementary school, we moved to Cleveland in part so we could get a better education. And in moving to Cleveland, there were people that were different than us. And I heard words I hadn't heard before, and a family moved in, and I asked my dad what we should call them. My dad said, "We call them neighbors, Mike." Thus, I was blessed at a very early age to understand that people are people.
When I lived in the city, I was not exposed to a lot of opportunity. School was not important to me and the people around me. My mom wanted me to have a chance to succeed. She cared so much that we moved to the suburbs where the schools were much better. I now appreciate how important it was to me to have a good education. Jalen Rose has created opportunity for students like me in Detroit. Instead of forcing families to move for students to get a good education, his Jalen Rose Leadership Academy has brought a great education to them. We want you to consider helping JRLA by making a contribution to the cost of having his education available. Please go to jrladetroit.com. Every dollar raised makes a huge difference.
Isaac's mom, Kim, unfortunately passed away from illness while Isaac was still in high school. Sadly, I never met her, but I've seen the great job she did in raising Isaac. My wife and I welcomed Isaac to our house to help him stay on the path of opportunity that his mother had sacrificed to create. In our house, Isaac K., Isaac's friends, our dogs, and I incrementally bridged the gulf of distrust embedded in many minds in our country. We're a character-based household. No one enters or leaves thinking about how different people are, but instead how much we are the same. We're an example of the importance of people from different backgrounds meeting face to face. It's easy to make generalizations when you don't know people. It's a lot harder to make generalizations when you talk to people different from yourself. So we'd like to encourage you all to go make your own videos. And if there's people of a different color, creed, race, gender that you've never met, go out and meet them. It's what's made America great. Recent polls show that 70% of Americans think we're headed in the wrong direction. Political polarization is growing. The recent election, $4 billion was wasted almost entirely to demonstrate the other side was at fault. All this spending led to the lowest voter turnout in 72 years. The problem's not with our president, and the problem's not with our Congress. The problem's with us. America's future is not going to be built by blaming others. It's going to be built by those of us willing to look for solutions together. America's future is bright. Our history shows that in time of crisis, we return to our foundation, those words, we the people. We the people didn't originally apply to all the people, and now it does. But we the people now have to make sure that it's not just the laws that apply to people, but our actions. And we'll do that together. We're going to close with a quote from Dr. King.
One of the great liabilities of history is that all too many people fail to remain awake through great periods of social change. Every society has its protector status of quo, and its fraternities of the indifferent who are notorious for sleeping through revolutions.
Today, our very survival depends on our ability to stay awake, to adjust to new ideas, to remain vigilant, and to face the challenge of change.
Each of us needs to make a difference.
It's time.